Today we're going to show you how to use a new feature called My Models. What this will allow you to do is to be able to open up and edit any existing model in the current 3Dream library, add in your own materials, and even group with other items to make entirely new models that you can open and use in any scene. So first thing that we want to do is we want to open up a new scene, and we're going to be creating our first model. Go down, hit blank, because we don't need any background at this point, and then hit create to open the scene, and then launch. As soon as we see our orange bar, we click, and I'd like to go full screen. Now this happened to open up in no background mode, so I can turn that on or off depending on what I want to use. Now I'm going to go get a product I want to modify. So I'll just simply do a chair, and we can find something that will work. We just drag in this object. And so right now it's this design. Of course, we can put any materials that we want on it and modify the size. So let's say that we have a chair that we're actually going to be selling in the real world, and it has a depth of 31 inches. I can tab through to the next to save time. Maybe it has a width of 34 and say 38.5. And now I can apply for each of the dimensions I've changed. And let's see in 3D view. Now I certainly don't want my background, so I can turn that off. And I can just navigate up to the chair or rotate it. So it's a little funky in the fabric, so let's modify that. And we can put anything we want on it. And maybe I'll go get a pillow. And we have a template, or we can use any of the other pillows that we have in the library. Place it into the chair, and I'll double check to make sure my positioning is good. And because I have it selected, I can use my zoom to object view here. Get a little rotation, and then see how it is. No, that's not too bad. A little less there. And then I want to group the two objects together so that the pillow is selected already. I'll hold the control button down and click on the chair now, and now I have both objects selected. So what I'd like to do is group those two together. I can still modify the materials on either of these, but right now when I move one, it moves both objects. And so I want maybe double grouping of this. I will copy it, and I can go look at my top view to be able to position it properly. And then because I want to group these together and have them come in together in any other scene, this is selected already. I'll just hold the control button down and click again, and now I have all of my objects currently. So there's two chairs and two pillows. And then I will group selected items. And then at that point, now I'm ready to save them to my own personal library. So essentially all we need to do now is hit the Add to My Products button. And what it does is in 3D view, it takes a picture of the objects that you're adding. And so you can now see the benefit of not having the background scenery showing, because it would sort of camouflage the view. So at this stage now I want to categorize my model so I can easily find out what it is. In this case, I'll just call it two armchairs with pillow. And then I can further categorize it by either putting it into living room suite, or we have a seating. And then you can add in any description you want here. So again, two you can add in any information you want here, and it can always be changed. So right now I'm just going to be closing it, and then now there is our new model in our own custom library. So now in order to be able to use these models now, what we need to do is we would go to our products category, and we can close this screen just to shut it down, just to show how we can bring them in any scene. I can get rid of these objects. Maybe we want to add some walls. So maybe I'll turn on my background just to see my grid. The R key will rise up to give myself some more room here. And there's just a simple room that we've created. So now we're going to be going inside that room, and we'll add some products. So I'll use my height adjustment tool to give myself a little elevation. And then we're going to go to our products tab and then add from my products. There's the new model that we just created, and if we want to use that, we can simply click and hold, and then the objects now are attached to our mouse pointer, so we can position them anywhere we want to put them. And once you release, they're in place, and again, you can do anything you want as you would normally in 3Dream: rotate, move around, copy, and so on. Now you can do this with a single object that you want to modify. You can do it with a group of objects. You can even do it with an entire suite of objects, like a bedroom suite or a living room suite with a chair and a love seat and a sofa and an ottoman and the end tables and the lamps and the area rug and even the art, all ready to be placed in one time in your scene. Well, that's my models. I hope you enjoy it.